Dart skill presents shape patterns. You may want to recall that when a set of numbers are related by a common rule that relates each number on the set to its previous number, we have a sequence of numbers, also called a pattern. So in a sequence of numbers or pattern of numbers, we have the first term, the second term, the third term, the fourth term, and so on. In general, we have the nth term written as Tn, T for term, and N for the position of that number on that sequence. And then there's a rule written in plain words or a math formula that relates each term to its next term or the previous term. And when we are looking at a number pattern, the terms are actual numbers. For example, the first term on a pattern could be 2, the second term could be 4, and then we could have a 8, 16, and so on, to indicate that the rule is multiply by 2. Or we could also say for this particular sequence or pattern, Tn is equal to 2 raised to the n. So we have T1 is equal to 2 raised to the 1, which is 2. T2 is 2 raised to the 2, which is 4. T3 is 2 raised to the 3, which is 8, and so on. A shape pattern is pretty similar to a number pattern, the only difference being in place of the numbers that we see on a number pattern, on a shape pattern, we see different shapes. And we need to find out the corresponding numbers by looking at the pictures of the shapes. Let's look at a couple of examples. In the picture below, find the number of balls in the 10th group. So these are the groups of balls. The first, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and so on. And we need to find the number of balls that you could find on the 10th group. Like I said, it's all about representing these pictures with numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the first term, T1, is equal to 1. The second term on this sequence, T2, is equal to 3. The third term, T3, is equal to, if you count the number of balls on this one, 5. And the fourth term, T4, is equal to, there are 7 balls on this one, so that's 7, and so on. So if you write these numbers down, 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, do you see a pattern? Do you see a rule? Yes. It's about adding 2 to each number to get the next number. Or you could also say that we just have the set of odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. Or maybe you could have said Tn is equal to 2n minus 1. When n is 1, the first term is 2 times 1, which is 2 minus 1. That's 1. When n is 2, we have 2 times 2, that's 4 minus 1, which is 3. T2 is 3. When n is 3, 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. We have T3 is equal to 5. When n is 4, we have 2 times 4, that's 8. Minus 1, that's 7. So T4 is equal to 7, and so on. So we found the rule. All we need to do is, we need to find the number of balls in the 10th group, which means we need to find what's T10. So that is going to be equal to 2 times 10 minus 1, that is 20 minus 1, and that's 19. So there are 19 balls. Find the number of balls. There are 19 balls in the 10th group. That's how you solve problems related to shape patterns. Let's look at another one. Use the picture below to find the number of dots. So these are dots on the 25th group of dots. So we have the first group, we have the second group, we have the third group, and then you need to find how many dots are there on the 25th group. And once again, our first job is to write these numbers down. The first group, or T1, has got 1 dot. The second group, or the second term in the sequence, T2, has got 5 dots. And the third term in the sequence is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So T3 is 9. So we have 1, we have 5, we have 9, and so on. And do we see a pattern here? Of course we do. You keep adding 4 to one number to get the next number. If you add 4 to 9, you get the next number. That's 13. It's not even shown in the picture. So that gives you the clue. Now the rule is not given as a formula. So how do you figure out the 25th term on the sequence? Let's do it this way. We have the first term as 1, and then let's put blanks for the remaining terms. And we have 24 of these blanks to reach the 25th term. And then we keep adding 4 to each term to get the next term. So it's a plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. And so on. All the way till the end. Let's say this is the 25th term. Now the question is, how many times have we added this 4? If you think carefully, if you take out the first term, we have added 24 4s. And 24 times 4 is 96. So in effect, from the first term all the way to the 25th term, we have added 96. And the first term is given as 1. Therefore, the 25th term is going to be 1 plus 4 times 24, that's 96. So this is going to be 1 plus 96, which is 97. So there are 97 dots. 97 dots on the 25th group of dots. Would you like to try and draw that picture?